So what will happen now if you pass this ordinance? Dogs will go into hiding. Instead of giving up their pet, some owners will try to hide their dog. This limits the amount of exercise and socialization the animals will receive, and if neighbors couldn't rat out a loser with 21 dogs in his house, what in the world makes you think they're going to tell on the family next door that loves their pet too much to have it put to sleep or given away because they can't afford your extortion? Responsible owners and dogs are punished. You can't possibly expect the losers in Elgin who mistreat their animals now to suddenly come up and register them and pay the other requirements you propose. So you have to know that you're putting this through on the backs of people who already follow the law and who do not have a dangerous animal in their house. The Elgin losers will at best simply ignore the law, like they already do. Or at worst, they're going to switch to a breed that isn't automatically considered dangerous, like the Presa Canario. So the city wins with a big payout. And the current losers win because the city doesn't target them. Responsible owners in Elgin are guilty until proven innocent. Not that being proved innocent will exempt you from being penalized in any way, shape, or form. And so what does all this cost the citizens of Elgin anyway? Well, pit bull owners who need to erect or re-erect a fence can expect to pay about $2,000 for 100 feet of 6-foot fence. Now, obviously, most owners, including myself, will need much more than 100 feet of fence. But that's, as Corporate Counsel Cogley puts it, only if owners want to use their backyards to let their dog outside, which is probably what attracted you to the house in the first place, so you'd have a chance for the dog to run around. The idea that the city is dictating now how I can use my backyard is especially infuriating. Insurance requirements and costs have been extremely difficult to research. Some companies, like American Family, won't cover a pit bull or Rottweiler, period. Other companies do, but they're reluctant to give up their pricing. And I've seen references on the internet to somewhere between $400 and $600 a year for liability insurance for dog bites. Now, boosting that to $500,000 a year is only going to cost about another $40 or $50. But if your dog actually bites someone, or there is a record of your dog ever having bitten someone, you will never, ever be able to get insurance coverage on that dog. And of course, there's the licensing fee. $100 up front to cover us for 3 years. Now, in the ordinance, this says this $100 is to cover the cost of administering the license. But I'm pretty sure we all know that's bullshit, because there's a database that's going to be in charge of administering the license. So, to Elgin residents who own a dog that even looks like a pit bull, you can expect on the first year of this to have a new out-of-pocket expense of about $3,600. Now, telling your citizens that they need to spend that kind of money is asinine and discriminatory. What about our neighbors who are unemployed, or the ones in the lower income bracket? I sent email and have been playing phone tag with the Illinois branch of the ACLU this morning. I encourage everyone watching this to do the exact same thing, and I'll put the number up on the screen. If one of my lower income neighbors is watching this after the fact, and you have had your pet either taken away or find yourself in trouble with your mortgage company because the monthly payment to them had to go pay the dog's insurance, I highly suggest you talk to a lawyer and find out what your legal options are. No city should be able to pass a law based on unqualified opinion, legal or not, that makes it impossible for you to support yourself or your property. So, we have about 2 weeks. Keep writing the councilman. Keep writing the mayor. Keep sending in your evidence. Listen, don't make this about your dog. I know your dog rocks. I know your dog wouldn't hurt a fly. Mine wouldn't either. But we have to be thinking larger. They are trying to condemn an entire collection of breeds. And there's plenty of ammunition out there to defend all the breeds known as pit bull. And here are some interesting facts to consider. Did you know that our mayor actually owns what some call a, quote, horribly misbehaved German Shepherd? And that Councilman Gilliam has kept Dobermans for years? It's pretty interesting to see what side of the issue they're sitting on now, because the CDC has plenty of interesting story about both of those breeds. There's one additional note here. Buffalo Grove also has a dangerous dog ordinance, and it automatically lists pit bulls, just as Elgin proposes to do. But it also lists another breed. So you Rottweiler owners, you better stay vigilant, because your dog could be next. Elgin does have a budget shortfall. I'm going to do several of these over the next couple of weeks, so I'll see you real soon. Remember, our pets need us to be calm and deliberate about fighting this ordinance. Let's get the right information into the right hands. And remember, the mayor is up for re-election. It's never too soon to start those campaign posters. So, we'll see you next time. Anything to say, Mr. Mayor? All you sit down. If you don't sit down, I'll have you removed. Why, you kooky old hypocrite. Wave goodnight to the nice people.